Okay, this week we'll be looking into chapters 9 and 17 from the textbook. So let's look at what chapter 9 talks about. So this chapter 9 is says technologies that support healthcare information systems. So as you know, this course is on about technology enabled healthcare, and when we talk about technology enabled healthcare, we would like to know what technologies support patient care, what aspects of technology does healthcare really benefit from. So um, let's look at this. So there are certain challenges when we talk about technology. One of the aspects that have been greatly studied and reviewed are what enables technology adoption. So, for example, let's go back to the early 80s when PCs became ubiquitous. What really enabled PCs or personal computers to become enabled? One of the main reasons was ease of use. Before the 80s, to even start a PC, you had to write a code, a few lines of code. Let alone if you wanted to run some, complicated application, you had to run, many hundreds lines of code. But with the introduction of, Windows operating system, things became easier. It became more of a menu-driven way to operate computers. So, having said that, if you apply the same perspective to technology in healthcare, one of the main challenges is how to make sure that physicians, make sure that providers adopt technology, make sure that patients adopt technology. Um, so, um, one of the things that one has to understand is, for the user, the technology has to be useful. It has to be easy to use. The user should be clearly able to see the utility of that technology. I mean, um, if I cannot see how a smartphone helps me, I will not adopt a smartphone. However uh, fancy it may be, it may seem to be. Okay, I may not adopt using a wearable device if it's not something that I'm comfortable using, something that I can clearly see a benefit of using. Now, Gartner is an organization that does a lot of studies on how what is an effective technology. I mean, if you Google Gartner, you will find that they do a variety of they look at a variety of ways in which technology is used in different industries in different ways, and so Gartner always gives an insight on what sort of technology should be used, what triggers technology adoption. And this is the Gartner cycle, and this mainly talks about the use of technology in different ways. So, for example, if you look at this graph, technology was being used at a certain time for mass media applications, for um, supplier consolidation. Um, Now, according to this cycle, technology has plateaued over the course of time. So, when we talk about technology in healthcare, one of the main things that we want to know is, so what are these technologies? And if you have watched the video um, from the previous week, talk, talked about personal health records. We've talked about mHealth. We have talked about wearable technology. So this chapter is kind of like a broad overview of the basic technical definitions that you would want to know when you're studying technology in healthcare. So that's why they have these database operations, dictionary database, and web. Uh, and really, um, this chapter is not specifically focused on the the technology that is applicable in healthcare, but it's more on, okay, you need to understand these terms to be able to understand what's coming next as far as what we are going to study in this course related to technology enabled healthcare. Um, as I said again, I will not be going over each and every slide on the videos. I'll just be focusing on the key points. One of the aspects I would like to mention is everybody knows e-commerce, right? Electronic commerce. Amazon back in the early 90s revolutionized e-commerce. I mean, today, especially millennials, those are born after 1982, use e-commerce in many ways. I mean, online shopping is just pervasive. It's ubiquitous. I mean, I know people who don't even step out of the home to go to a mall or a shop. They just shop everything online, from clothes to even sometimes grocery items, believe it or not. So having said that, why am I trying to make this point is that one of the debates that have been going on over the last 5-10 years, as far as healthcare industry is concerned, is why cannot healthcare adopt e-commerce the way other industries have adopted. So for example, why cannot a patient go online and shop for health insurance, or shop for physician, look for a physician? If I will have to buy a book, I gonna go to Amazon and look for the book and get the best bang for the buck. Why can't I do the same thing for my health insurance? Why can't I do the same thing for let's say buy a non-prescription drug? Why do I have to go to CVS, or why do I have to go to Walgreens, or why do I have to go to a local pharmacy and get that drug? Okay. Now, having said that, one of the other things that have been going on, the discussion has been going on, is why cannot patients find good doctors online? I mean, even today, when you go and look for a specific doctor, you really cannot get a accurate estimate of how the doctor is perceived by patients. You may have 20 reviews, but those reviews may not be accurate, may not be suggesting the things that you would like to know. Just like if I were buying a product, let's say I'm buying a big screen TV, large screen TV, I could go online and check the reviews on the various websites. I can check to see if that product meets my specifications, but I can't do that for doctors. Why is that? I mean, even now today, doctors, it's either word of mouth or the nearest doctor's clinic. I just go there and show up, right? So these things have been going on. So just take the example of how finance has used online, e-commerce, or online on the internet, if you will. I mean, we can go bank online, we can make transactions online, we can trade on stocks online, we can do so many things. However, healthcare, they're far behind. So and that actually, for a person who has been doing healthcare research for the past 5 years, even for me, it's intriguing. Why? And one of the things that I have understood is it's just that the fact that the people who are stakeholders in healthcare have been slow to adopt. I mean, let's say slow to adopt is an understatement. They have basically been opposed to adopting technology. Okay. So basically, when we look at the broad aspect of it, is that we have to understand that technology needs to function and needs to be utilized in a lot of ways for healthcare to work. Okay, I'm not just talking about patients being able to shop for insurance. I'm talking about, how about a doctor and a patient discussing the patient's treatment plan online, over Skype, over MSN Messenger. Why not? And that's what you will read. It's telehealth, remote medicine. Patients actually don't have to visit a doctor's office to get treated, to get advised about their treatment or follow-up plans. And we'll talk about that as we go along in this course. The next chapter for this week is chapter 17, and this talks about assessing and achieving value in health information systems. Now, why this chapter? Because one of the biggest debates that has been going on for a while is, okay, what is the value of technology in a specific field? Okay, what can technology bring to the table? I'm going to invest X amount of dollars on running my business, and I'm going to invest, let's say, $100 on trying to make my business better, try to achieve higher customer satisfaction, better product quality, etc., etc. But how do I measure the value of information technology? So this has been an ongoing debate in every industry, not only in healthcare. So that's why this chapter talks about, okay, so what is the value of IT in healthcare? And there are tangible and intangible benefits. I mean, so for example, when a company starts utilizing a certain technology and they see the benefit, for example, their customer satisfaction has increased, they have a lot of returning customers, that's a tangible benefit. With the use of technology, they see that their employees are happier. The certain technology that a group of employees were using to do a certain task, because of that technology, they now need half of the time to complete the task. So that's an intangible gain for that organization. Of course, there are allied or tied tangible benefits that they are performing their task quicker, so obviously they're getting out the product in quicker time, and so on and so forth. So when we talk about the types of analysis, we can look at this, and every time any organization, whether it's the healthcare within the healthcare domain or outside of the healthcare domain, they want to look at the return on investment. I have invested $100 on implementing this technology. Am I going to get that benefit? Okay. One of the things that chief information officers or CIOs want to ask is, why do IT investments fail to deliver? And this is one of the things that a CIO has to analyze and do, and figure out. And it doesn't necessarily mean, another thing that I would like to emphasize, and being in the technology domain for a long time now, over 20 years, is that a certain technology may work for a certain organization, but at the same time that technology may be a complete failure in another organization. Now, go figure, because that technology, maybe the two organizations are similar in terms of what they have to offer on the table. However, the culture is different. The way people use technology within the two organizations is completely different. The perception of that technology is completely different. So obviously, when you have a set of people who perceive technology in a negative way versus another set of people who do it in a positive way, you are bound to get different results. So what is value? This is what we're going to talk about. And now I'm going to just skim through the four articles that you will be looking at this week. So, meaningful use of technology. Now, just to give you a sense, meaningful use of technology, the underlying principle is, okay, I'm using a technology, is it helping me to take care of patients. So, introduction says substantial evidence demonstrates that patients today use health information technology for a variety of purposes. Okay, and engage in computerized tailored interventions, commonly referred to as e-health tools to manage chronic conditions, etc., etc. However, in November 2009, a National Cancer Institute, along with National Library of Medicine, and along with AHRQ and CDC, invited people to participate in informatics for healthcare. The goal was to increase the evidence or understand if there's empirical evidence to suggest that IT or technology is helping healthcare. Okay, so when we talk about meaningful use, that's the whole thing. We have to understand, is the technology really helping healthcare? Is it actually improving patient condition? Is it actually helping physicians to take care of patients? Patient engagement through health information technology. One of the debates that has been going on as far as the health information technology is concerned is, are patients more engaged? So, for example, you have a patient who has diabetes, okay, and the doctor, in between patient's visit and that patient's visit to the doctor's clinic, the doctor or the doctor's nurse is, texting the patient or emailing the patient saying, hey, you know what, your next visit is in 3 months. However, just make sure that you are eating properly, just as the doctor told you, you're taking your medications on time, you are exercising on a regular basis. And then so they're engaging the patient, saying, okay, it's not that we have forgotten you. You visited us 2 weeks, a month back, and it's not that we are not getting back to you. We know what's going on in your life. We want you to get better. The next time when you show up, we want you to show up in a better condition. So you are engaging the patient. You're keeping the patient engaged in taking care of their health. So that's what patient engagement is all about. And so when we look at technology and the meaningful use of technology, so if you're using email versus, let's say, text messages, is text message more effective for that group, a specific patient, or an email message is more effective in terms of engaging the patient? Then patient-facing technology, increasing amount of health information technology offers information services that are well suited to engage patients, promoting a more active role for patients' healthcare. A variety of functions can be designed to maximize patient participation. Now, Figure 1 shows different ways in which patient facing technologies are applicable. Now, one of the other things that you have to understand is that patients have to perceive that advantage. I mean, now if I tell if I were to go to a doctor and the doctor says, hey, you know what, you need to, I will give you, I will send you an email message every 3 weeks to check on you. Okay, I'll like, why is he saying this? How is this going to help me? So I have to perceive that it's valuable to me, that the doctor wants to communicate with me over email when I'm not visiting with him or her. I have to see the value, and that's what perceived value is. And there's a lot of things that are part of this article, and when you read this article, you will understand that this is table 1 is a very good example of different health information technology functions and what it can offer value, how it can offer value to the patient, and potential overall value, potential greater impact. So look at health information transactions, request appointment, better patient experience, improved access. So if a doctor has a doctor's clinic has a way for a patient to make an appointment online, hey, you know what? You don't have to call the doctor's office and wait for the front desk to respond and all that stuff. You just go online and look at the dates available, Boom, you're done, right? Request for health information. Guess what? The doctor uses personal health record systems. You don't have to call the doctor, say, hey, doc, I visited with you last week. I need to see the reports. Well, the reports are already uploaded. You just go online to your web portal or your e-portal, and it's already there. So So this table allows you to understand how health information technology, the function of health information technology, the leftmost column, what the value it brings to the patient, and overall value of that healthcare information technology. So this is a good, simple table to understand value of information technology. Okay. Then the next article that we're looking at is the health information based on evidence. Now, previous week we talked about evidence-based medicine. Simple words. Okay, if I'm taking this medicine, if I'm taking this treatment plan approach, is there empirical validation? Is there empirical evidence to suggest that this is going to help me? So, for example, if there's a drug out there, let's say there's the patient who has been detected, has been diagnosed with cancer, early detection. Okay, so doctor says, hey, why don't you have this medicine? It's going to help. Now, I as a patient, or the patient, wants to make sure that first thing has no adverse effects. Second thing, it is really going to help. So is there evidence out there? And so with health information technology, where there's data available for what kind of drugs the patients took, what sort of improvements over a course of time that the patients were actually experienced. So with all this data, I'm gathering evidence. I'm gathering empirical evidence. And how am I doing that? Because now I'm maintaining patient records electronically. So for example, 10 or 15 years back, I did not have record of like, let's say I was a oncologist. I was a cancer surgeon, and my primary job was when patients show up on my clinic, I make sure that they advise them of a treatment plan that will allow them to cure cancer, or maybe regress the symptoms of cancer. Excuse me. So I'm using a certain treatment plan. Do I have evidence to prove that this works? So when I'm collecting data, I have the patient's electronic file. There are 100 patients who have been visiting my clinic over the past 6 years, and all their patient visits, what treatment plan they have been given, their medication. I have kept a track of everything, and how their condition has improved or remained the same or gotten worse. All that is stored in their personal health record. So now I'm maintaining an information. I have an information that will allow me to assess if my plan is working, if my approach to cure my patients is working. So that's evidence-based medicine. When we talk in the context of health information technology, it's basically I'm spending so much. Is there evidence to prove that health information technology works? Is the design and construction of health-based information technology, is the design and construction of HIT based on evidence of what is most efficient and effective practice? Okay. Why do we not yet have evidence-based HIT? One of the big things that we still are asking in the healthcare industry is, why don't we do everything based on evidence? Why is there a lot of things that is done based on anecdotal evidence? Some treatment plan has worked for XYZ, it may work for you. Why is that? It may work. Okay, why is that? Okay, we're talking about lives here, people. We are not talking about a product that you're trying out. Maybe there's a new software out there, and you're just testing it out to make yourself a better. You make to help you at your workplace. We're not talking about that. We're talking about lives here. So tell me, if this is going to work for me? Where's the evidence? That's what health information technology is trying to bring in. Okay, so there's so many ways in which we can look at evidence. How can we improve evidence-based approach to medicine? And this section here is a very interesting read, where it says healthcare institutions and clinicians, how can they do this? How can they help evidence-based medicine? Clinicians and healthcare IT staff should accept HIT vendors' assessment of their own HIT without independent investigation. Should not. Even though systematic evaluation of HIT is remarkably difficult, it is not impossible. So there are ways in which their recommendations: establish clear metrics for HIT score functions. If, as vendors insist HIT is dramatically altered once implemented, then the testing must be conducted both in vitro and in situ. If we need interim test bed settings, let's go for it. Recognize the need for multi-method testing of procedures. So basically what they're saying is, look, clinicians and hospitals, you don't have to accept technology that is vendors are trying to sell to you. Test it out. See if it works for your hospital. See if it works for your patients, because every hospital is different. There's different demographic of patients. There's different patients with different health conditions visiting with you. There's a different organizational culture. So just like we were talking about, you have to understand what works for you in terms of technology, and then see. Okay. So the next article is paradox of healthcare technology. When we talk about meaningful use of technology, paradox of healthcare technology, give me a gist of it. Technology can be costly, but when you talk about paradox, is technology really making things better? Why is sometimes technology can hurt you? It can increase your costs. That's the paradox. Okay, here we had invested in technology to reduce costs, to improve our efficiency, to take care of our patients better. Now, after 4 months, suddenly there's evidence that it's hurting us. It's costing us more. It's creating a lot of inefficiencies. So that's the paradox of technology. But we have to realize that, we have to understand that, we have to solve that paradox. Okay. And then the last article in this week, it is what is value in healthcare technology. This is an article by Michael Porter. He's a professor, a renowned professor at Harvard Business School, and all his articles many people read. But although this is a 15-page article, I would like you to understand what value is. What is he saying when he says what value is in terms of, in the context of healthcare? So value is measured by outputs, not inputs. Hence value in healthcare depends on the actual patient health outcomes, not volume of services delivered. Okay, that's his take on value. The unit of value measurement. So how do we actually measure value? So let's say a hospital has implemented a technology that has cost them tens of millions of dollars. Now, the CIO says, okay, how do I measure the value or the impact of that technology? So how do I do that? Well, maybe they need to look at what Michael Porter is saying, unit value of measurement, okay? Measuring value, the chain of causality leading to outcomes illustrated in this figure. Patients present for care with some initial or pre-existing conditions. So what is value? It may be quality of care, different things. Quality in healthcare should refer to patient outcomes. Quality relative to cost then determines value. Okay. Cost measurement in healthcare. Again, what is cost? Cost is among the most pressing issues in healthcare. At one level, there are endless cost data at levels of the system. Understanding of cost in healthcare delivery suffers from two major problems. The first is cost aggregation problem, and the second is, as he mentions, is trying to understand the elements of cost. Okay, so I think this is a good read in terms of trying to understand the value. And this diagram here is it's kind of like the overall picture of this whole article. Is when you look at value, how do you assess value? Okay, so you have patient initial conditions, gone through some processes. Patient, is there patient compliance? Once patient complies, are there indicators that patient's health has improved? What are the health outcomes? So so basically, the focus of value in healthcare should be patient outcomes. You know, we don't want to get away from the fact that, look, technology, the marriage of technology and healthcare, the whole idea is to improve patient care, to improve patient outcomes. So let's stick to that. Let's stick to our basics and see, okay, if this technology is really working for patients. With that said, good luck for this week's readings. They're always interesting, and you know, I have a bias towards this area because I do research in this area. I've worked with certain healthcare organizations, certain hospitals. So healthcare topic is very exciting to me, very interesting to me, and I hope you're finding this topic as interesting as I find it.